Good evening and welcome to WTF Racing League. It is round 5 and we are at a wet Indianapolis, but the weather is very hit and miss at the minute. We've got a 30% chance of a full wet session, a 30% chance of a full dry session, and a 30% chance of mixed racing conditions. Currently on board with Thomas Jack. And we have an Felix, who is usually in the top spot, currently in P3 with Robin after a good result last week. He's hoping to capitalise on that and go a few better this time. Robin is these Porsches aren't liking the rain as much. Michael is way down in the standings at the minute, so we'll see how he gets on. Clearly not liking Indy, but he did actually ask for this track on the calendar, so this is on for his benefit, and at the minute he is not benefiting. We'll have a quick run through the standings before I jump into the driver briefing. So, P1 is Felix, currently 89 points ahead of Michael Races in P2. We've got Simon and Jonathan Clifford very close for P3 and P4, 2 points between each of us. P5 we've got Keith Mack, in 6th we've got Robin Moore, currently on top of the diamonds at the minute, but practice isn't everything. Then we have Dan Bernard in P7, Evan Martinson in P8, we've got Josh Waring P9, then we have Ivan Grezmsov in P10, Crab Athor in P11, James Perry has a lot of points. For some reason that will have to change, but he had his car changed, so he will be down rock bottom. We've got Luca Magna P13, Martin Knolter in 14th, Thomas Jack in 15th, after he had a poor round 2. Emilio Puglioni in P16th, Robert Alavi in 17th, Tudor Mihai in 18th, David Francesconi in 19th, Nat Shirley in 20th, Amia in 21st, got TP Racing in 22nd, Benjamin King 23rd, 24th we've got Vince Van Mieveld, 25th we've got Ilya Radiani, who's had a lot of unfortunate circumstances. 26th is Rennie Battenberg and 27th is Andres Kuderman. Semdoctor in 28th, FB BJR in 29th, Burke Arras in 30th, Lewis Piper in 31st. The majority of the rest have backed out of the championship. We have a newcomer who's found some more time free on a Tuesday afternoon, which is Chris Vining. So welcome back him, this time in the Mercedes-Benz. So yes. Thomas currently in P2 in practice. I'll tell everyone to jump in the race briefing. Very soon. 2 minutes left. Let's have a look further down the grid. We have some people way off the pace, yeah. Francesconi in 11 seconds off the pace, which is absolutely marvelous. Currently goes slightly better. Simon Being, who I'm very surprised to see down at the bottom there, currently 3rd in the standings. He's 9 seconds off, so this has just joined. He's struggling to get a lap in there, and he's hoping for some dry weather. Dry weather is on the way, so some of these guys' prayers may have been answered. A lot of people in the pits. Let's jump on board with Jonathan Clifford. Let's find him. There it is. He's metallic purple Lamborghini there. If anyone doesn't know, Jonathan streams on YouTube. I think he's live every day. The guy can't get enough of ACC. Mainly does races on LFM. I think he's in one of the top tiers of LFM. Done a few races with Jardier, etc. that already knows sit wait here. He's probably been in here the whole time, to be fair. Good evening, ladies and gents. Welcome to what is round 5 of the season. Hope you're all well tonight and looking forward to what, well, in all honesty I've got no idea what the weather's going to be like. He's almost absolutely despised me by now. I know I would. So, apologies, but we do go by real life weather conditions, so unfortunately it's going to be that for the foreseeable future. But yes, welcome. Tonight we have a 40-minute pit window. Tyres are optional. Refueling is set to 25 seconds. It's a one-lap formation lap, and there are a lot of 90-degree slow bends on this track. So expect a lot of choke points on lap 1. Be wary of cars left, right, in front and behind. Don't be afraid to put tickets in, please. I saw a few questionable driving standards last week, and no tickets were put in because of it. I'm not gonna waste my time putting tickets in. It's up to yous. So yes, I don't really want to congratulate those driving standards, but if we can try and improve, obviously it's not everyone, but just try and be aware. And if you do miss a braking point, rather than chucking it into the corner, I'd ideally like you to go off the track and not into the side of someone. So with that in mind, have a good race, and I wish you all the best of luck, and hopefully the racing gods are kind to you with the weather. So thanks guys, enjoy and good luck. So ladies and gents, that is the race briefing done. Currently 25 seconds after free practice, as everyone just waits patiently for qualifying to get underway. Currently 24 drivers in the lobby. Mon is very late. So, but we did race in AOR this year, so he is familiar with the track. If I am right here, it was one of the ones that
go.
caused a bit of a pile-up at Indy last time. I may be wrong. So apologies, Mon, if that wasn't you. But Jonathan Clifford currently coming out of the pits. his first flying lap on a wet track. It is drying up, so I expect a dry race, but a wet qualifying, so this will be interesting. Might find some people out of position. You just never know. Big upset for Felix tonight. Porsche and wet weather conditions don't get on around in Indy. Oh, Jonathan's livery though. He's got purple lights all over that thing. I feel like you should do a Christmas scene though. Put some red on there, green. So there's Clifford. He's coming around the last few corners to start his first flying lap. Here we are. Clifford. First banger in. Make sure that he doesn't invalidate. He was going to try and Gemini's the exit there to gain down this straight. Always going to be difficult in the wet though. For Jonathan here. Close, very close there. I think that is Robert Moore. He'll want it back off. So Jonathan with it. Lobby putting a P2 currently. Crab has invalidated. So currently Robin on the pole. We have Felix P2. 5, 6 tenths off that. Then Robert P3, Josh Berry P4. Then Michael Reese P5, Jonathan P6. Ivan D, Dan Menard, 9th. Nathaniel Shirley, 10th. Simon Beeg, 11th. Martin, 12th. Luca Manca. Just above. Mizzou on board is currently sitting in 17th. Thomas trying to get the set time. Let's jump on board, Michael. Race going to stay the same. Very heavy for now. Currently 4.5 minutes left to qualify. pace with Robert Moore absolutely flying in the weather there. Roberts even went even quicker there. Michael losing time all the way down here from the exit. So here. Oh, he nailed it, at least. Oh, he's a little bit deep. And that car is understeering everywhere. Seesaw another wheel there. 3 tenths up, that'll put him P5. Yes, P5 Michael. Thomas Jack currently in P4. A whole second away from his teammate, Robin. Robin and Thomas are basically like me and Michael in terms of friendship. Oh, and Aaron Shrewsbury there, the quickest pan, puts it up to P4, 9 tenths off the pace. He'll be happy with that time in the McLaren. Me and Aaron completed the 6 hours of Silverstone, the race for Alex, part of the Red Line Racing Group. Finished 10 seconds out of the podium. Thomas Jack there improved to his P4. Let's get on board with Felix, see if he can do any better and try and beat Robin to what it will be original pole. Oh, and he's going to lose all of his time there. Catch this back marker, what seems to be Kiki Mack, and he's bailed. Well, that was an early attempt. We've got Robert currently 2 tenths down, not proven. Thomas Jack is matching his time at the minute, so that will not have him improve. Aaron is 4 seconds down, so he will be creating a gap here. Got Michael Races currently 2 tenths up, but he's losing all that time. Michael really got a lot of time, 27 seconds. If he's up, he was 2 tenths up, but all that has gone. So, Josh is sitting in the pits, that's his qualifying section over with. Jonathan Clifford is 8 tenths down, but he should get another lap in. That's Chris Vine also about to start another lap. Ivan only a 10th. Very close between him and Chris. Only 3 thousandths. Oh, and you don't want to go full throttle there, and that is him done. Yep. Mia currently not improving. But just starting a lap. See how we can get on. That's Simon as well, just behind Mia. And below Simon we've got Dan Bernard in the pits. Nathaniel Shirley in the pits. So Kiki Mack out on a lap, 5 tenths up. This is a mega from Kiki. This will jump him up about 3 or 4 positions if he can hold his time. But he's gaining again. So it's only going to be about 4 tenths for Kiki Mack as he crosses the line. Probably P15 for Kiki Mack. So Thomas Jack 4 tenths down. 5 tenths now. Don't think Thomas is going to improve. Aaron's pulled over. Michael races. Currently finds himself 2 tenths down. Can he find 4 tenths? That'll put him P5 or P4. Clearly trying to feel the grip, and he's not liking the car over the curves, and he's bailing. He's gave up. Jonathan Clifford, P8, and that's him done. The only guy on track now is Benjamin King. Can he improve? Coming down into the last sector now. One more heavy braking zone. Oh, and he's very deep, and he's going to bail. That is qualifying done, everyone. So, on pole we've got Robert Moore. He'll be delighted with that. Then we've got Felix in P2, Robert in P3, a great qualifying for him. Thomas Jack P4, 9 tenths off the pace. Robin clearly absolutely nailing that lap there in the Ferrari. Then we've got Aaron the Pan Dewsbury in P5. We've got Michael Races in P6. Josh in P7. Hopefully he doesn't get wiped out this time like he did last week. We're hoping for some better races. Got Jonathan Clifford, who also had a tangle in the opening stages of the race last week. He'll be open to avoid any incidents. Chris Vinan off the pace this week as well, so he'll probably change his car again after he didn't like the Audi last week. He might change from the Mercedes, he might try the McLaren next week, who knows. It's just a lucky dip really. We've got Ivan Goresmasov in P10, 1.5 off the pace, Amir in P11, got Simon Beek, who is currently 3rd in the championship, in P12, Dan Bernard 13th, Nathaniel Shirley 14th, got Kiki Mack in 15th. Got Crab Arthur in 16th, Martin, who got into the serve at the last minute, in 17th, David Francesconi in 18th, Benjamin King in 19th, Luca Manga in 20th, Avon in 21st, Tudor in 22nd, Kalamazoo in 23rd, and then Traction Dave, which is myself. I did join the server earlier on in the wrong class.
Alright, conditions are wet. We have some slippery curves, and also watch out for your braking distance.
Currently wet in the server, but in 30 minutes time it will be dry. Track temperature currently 12 degrees, 14 degrees track, 12 ambient, so I don't think it's going to dry up very quickly, but you never know. We'll get on board with Thomas Jack for the outlap. So yes, race conditions this week. It is 2 45-minute races, 2 qualifying sessions. The first one you've just witnessed there, being 10 minutes long. You've got a 45-minute race. Tyres are optional. Refueling is set to 25 seconds. So people may opt to not choose tyres, but I feel like it's going to be wet to dries. Pit window is 40 minutes long for both races, and then Q2 is 7 minutes long, as you can see on the right hand side of the screen there. But that is going to go. There we are. As Thomas Jack starts his engine, as do the rest of the field. Felix opted not to put his windscreen wipers on at the time being. Clearly a very brave man. But I'm liking that matte black with the pink accents by little old Felix there. say every week, this guy Thomas Jack wins the livery competition with his paint job. Quite literally, it's done on paint. Clearly a Photoshop expert, being the meme king and all. Hopefully this week he's been practicing and he doesn't go backwards on the start. But he has got the quickest man in a pan behind him in Aaron Dewsbury. Aaron currently really enjoying the McLaren. So you've got Mike Race just getting ahead of him there in the formation lap, trying to send a signal, maybe, that he's going to absolutely eat it in the T1. Or is Aaron going to let Michael past? You never know. Aaron and Michael both racing for RKM. You can see Mikhail's livery. We've got a few in RKM tonight, actually. Well, yeah, the whole season. We've got Michael races in the Ready On Sim Racing Porsche livery there. Also in the matching livery you have Avon. It is a beautiful livery. Liveries for the RKM team are done by the man, the myth, the legend, Cascanova. So if you do want any requests, he is in the server. So if you just send him a message, I'm sure he'll be happy to help for maybe a small fee. Maybe Thomas Jack can get an improvement. So as they line up 2 by 2, what seems to be very early on this organisation for the formation lap at Indianapolis. So you've got Thomas and Felix on the outside along with Michael Races. Outside line never ideal here, but it won't be a long run to T1. So let's see. Get on board with Robert.
Green light, go, go, go.
Robert with a poor start. He's going to cover the inside though. Felix coming across, he's jumped Robin at the start there. Robin going to try and go around the outside, but he doesn't. He's not able to. Oh, and that's a slight tap there by Thomas Jack again with Robin. He won't be happy. Have to go further down the grid. Oh, and that's contact there. Oh, and that is two. Right, that is one race ruined. Who was that? No, Mia. So Mia's had an off. Crab, Thor's also had an incident. Evan going backwards there. Evan's got a drive through for what it could only be an illegal start. So, up top you've got Felix who jumped Robin. Robin will definitely want to be getting back after having a much quick qualifying pace. And then further down you've got Robin Olavi in P3 holding that position. You've got Aaron in P4 after he's jumped Thomas Jack, who had a little incident at the start there. Then in P5 you've got Michael Races. In P6 you've got Jonathan Clifford. In P7 you've got Josh Waring, sorry. P8 comes Thomas Jack, who will be carrying a little bit of damage in that Porsche. In 9th you've got Chris Vinan. 10th you've got Simon Beeg, who's made up a few positions. And Avon, oh, and that is not what you want to see. Let's see what happened here. Well, I'd say that was coming together between Avon and that is the Aston Mon of Crab, although I think that is slow motion. Why it's going in slow motion, I am not too sure. So, oh no, sorry, Luca Manga it was. So Luca Mantha finds himself at the back after having a little bit of incident. Avon is deciding to pit.
Pit window's open.
Outside of the pit window. Avon. Oh, Avon. That's not good news. So, Francesconi is close. So Avon clearing his drive through there. Not doing his pit stop, which I thought he was. We've got Amir all over the back of Crab, I thought. Trying to get the inside line there. Crab left him space. But carrying a lot more. We've got Nathaniel Shirley all over the back of Simon Beeg as well. Thomas Jack catching up to Josh Waring, so looking to make amends there. And who is that? That's the Honda M Coil there. Going past David Francesconi, you saw. Or was he just holding position there? Coming on board with Martin, who's going to try and mount a charge on Nathaniel now. That's Josh getting very close to Jonathan Clifford as well. We'll keep an eye on those deltas. So on board with Josh. Did have an incident last week and he left the race server early. It's not looking like that this week as he battles with Jonathan Clifford. But as Josh battles with Jonathan, or tries to catch him, you've got Thomas Jack just behind there. So Robert Moore with a personal fastest lap. And he's trying to make a charge on Felix. Getting into his mirrors, trying to put him off there. Get him offline, but Felix is having none of it. Being a very experienced driver that he is. Very quick is Felix. And extremely consistent, but Robin loves the Ferrari at Indy and seems to have a lot of pace. I feel like the race today is going to be between Robin and Felix. Only ideally 2 big overtaking points here. As it's a 3-way fight here, we'll keep an eye on that delta between Robin as Aaron Dewsbury gets past Robert Alavi. Robin will want to try and capitalise on the exit here as we go down the straight. Can he get the run on Felix? Felix is defending. Oh, there's a slight contact there. Very sportsman of Robin there to wait and let Felix go after just nipped him in the bud there. So that fight goes on. Robin now with a 1 second advantage over Robin. Felix over with 1 second advantage over Robin, sorry. Are we the lads? You've got Chris Vine get very close to Thomas. Thomas Jack misses his break, and this will give Chris Vine an opportunity. How you doing, Cooper? It's good to see you, my friend. My friend. Find ourselves in the middle of the midfield. On board with Chris Vine, currently P9. He'll be wanting to clear Thomas Jack, who will be carrying a slight knock after his incident from the start. And well, Aaron is showing extreme pace, and he's now caught up to the back of Robin. So this is for P2, ladies and gents. Aaron showing real pace here, part of the RKM, which is Red King's Motorsport. You've got Dan Bernard, yellow flag, who is going very slow. Let's get back on board with Aaron as he battles with Robin. This will give Robin a bit of breathing room as Aaron's defensive driving will slow him down slightly. Will Robert try and make a move down the inside here, going into T1? No, holds his line strong. Wise choice. So rain will stop. You're watching the wrong person then, mate, I tell you. You need to watch yourself. I hope you've got some mirrors on your stream. Are you doing comms for Tuesday tonight? Evidently not. It's normally starting. Oh, and who was that? Well, let's see what happened there to Mr. Josh. I feel like that's a missed braking zone. Yep. Well, thankfully Josh threw it off the track there and avoided Michael. Michael will be very reluctant as Benjamin, Kiki and David Francesconi get very close. It's very unfortunate for Josh. He was in a good position there, but that is his own race ruined, not someone else ruined it for him. He'll be wanting to get into the pits now, and he'll probably pit for dry tyres and hoping that the track comes to him. Later in the session. Must admit, I'm a real fan. Oh, as Kiki Mac gets very close to David Francesconi. I do like a 45-minute race. Not too short, not too long, just right. And tonight we have two of them, folks. As Thomas Jack gets right at the back of Jonathan Clifford here. And Chris Vine also wanting to get on board there. Thomas wanted to take advantage of Josh's misfortune along with Chris Vinen. Chris gained a few positions after a poor qualifying by his standards. Looking now at the deltas elsewhere on the track. Robin Moore still with the fastest lap of the race with a 1:41.1, but inconsistency is his real struggle as he goes even quicker with a 140.9. Felix is a 141.07, so the battle between them two is very tight as Michael races, pulls off the line there, clearly trying to get some heat into those wet tyres. As these guys are fighting it out, I think we're going to have to go on a helicam here to get all the action. Jonathan Clifford clearly being a roadblock for these gents. Oh, Francesconi has had a little off there. So can Thomas get a good exit here? Down into the tight left-hander. Simon Beeg, that is. Intense now. Michael getting a bit offline there. Everyone else taking a wider line as Thomas is all over the back of Johnson. Indy being a difficult place to overtake. There's only real two good opportunities. And these 5 are where there's no separating them. Yes. As they all follow each other one by one. That Lamborghini's top speed clearly proven to be an advantage here, as Simon is side by side with Ivan, slightly offline there. Oh, there's a slight contact there, but it's not enough. This is great racing. Oh, Simon trying to go around the outside. Now that's going to invite Nathaniel here. On the grass. This is going to be a very entertaining race. Neck and neck between a lot of drivers. We'll quickly jump on board with Felix, who gets slightly deep there. That's inviting Robin to catch up a little bit. So we've got Felix out in front. P1 currently 1 by 2 seconds ish between him and Robin Moore in second. Then you've got Aaron holding his own in P3. We've got Robert a second behind him. Then Michael races 4 seconds down. Then from there you've got Jonathan, Thomas, Chris, Ivan, Simon, Nathaniel, all very close to each other. Oh, and that is car number 37. Car number 37 is Crab, who has a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane. That is not what he wants. That is his race ruined. So from Nathaniel we've got Martin, further 5 seconds down the road. Benjamin King, further 3 seconds. Then you've got Kiki Mack in 14th, not having a very good race by his standards. Then you've got Francesconi in 15th, Amia down in 16th. Tudor in 17th, Luca Manca in 18th, with Kalamazoo very close behind him. We'll stay on this for a second. As Simon Beeg and Nathaniel Shirley, well, these two are side by side, going into the tight left-hander. Simon and Nathaniel with the inside line should hold this, but very respectful from both of them. Simon around the outside, and this is just releasing Ivan. Nathaniel will have to find another way around, as Kalamazoo is going to try and go around the outside. as Lukamanga gets deep onto the grass, and that is that move done. Well done, Kalamazoo. So Thomas Jack, 0.3 away, as Robert Alavi is also very close to Aaron. Don't feel like anyone's close enough to get by, but Nathaniel Shirley almost thinks about it going into the braking zone there of T1. Thomas Jack is desperate to get past Jonathan Clifford, but still no way found yet. Nathaniel Shirley trying to get the outside there, trying to cool down his wet tyres and find these front engine cars react a lot better to a V shape, and that is Thomas Jack side by side with Jonathan Clifford. He's going to try and get the switch back, but no, Jonathan's found his way back to the racing line. Amir and Francesconi having a little battle there. Francesconi going deep, and Amir going around the outside. So, back on board with these guys. Thomas Jack, Jonathan Clifford going defensive straight away, along with Aaron Dewsbury, but he will not make a move. Jonathan Clifford going, having a bit of weaving there. And you've got Chris Vinan looking to make a move on the inside of Thomas Jack. Almost gets his nose chopped off there, but survives another day. Then you've got Nathaniel Shirley still close, but this one seems to be main fight now, ladies and gents. Thomas Jack, Chris Vinan, well, it's always been the main fight, these guys. And then on a separate rear, Robin Moore is getting closer and closer to Felix. Currently 0.8, we'll see if that gets any closer. Is Jonathan going to go defensive here? No. All being very respectful of each other, which is good to see. But for the lead, Robin finally caught up to Felix. That is closer than a second. Keep an eye on the other deltas. Both these guys trying to cool down their wet tyres, going to try and go as long as possible. The rain is coming back in 30 minutes, so it's not going to be dry for very long, but the race should be over by then. So Jonathan Clifford is currently getting challenged by Thomas Jack. Now this is very close. Yeah, should feel like he'll make a move down the inside here, but no. Thomas Jack is evidently enjoying these drier conditions more. Not 100% sure on what the track condition is, but I'd say, oh, as Jonathan just taps the wall there, that will invite Thomas Jack to attack, as Jonathan making a lot of mistakes here. Oh, and that's in the wall as well for Thomas Jack. He will evidently lose positions as well, both struggling. So that is Chris Vinan now up into 6th. I wonder how much damage Thomas Jack will be carrying after a little bundle in the wall. Clearly didn't want to let go of the power, as Aaron Shrewsbury is the first of the top runners to pit. So Thomas Jack now in P7 after Chris got past him with a tap against the wall down the back straight. Home straight, sorry. So you've got Felix and Robin up top, then you've got Robin and Larby 13 seconds behind. Let's get on board here. Robin clearly enjoying these tyres more. These guys have been having a great fight up top. Robin failing to relinquish the pressure. Will Felix stay defensive here? Robin's going to be forced to go around the outside. But oh, you can see there his car getting a little bit squirrely under braking. Jonathan Clifford side by side. Is Jonathan going to hold this? I feel like he will. And that there is Thomas Jack going past Jonathan Clifford. So now we'll see what pace Thomas has after finally getting past there. So now that back markers are in play, will Felix pit? That is an option for him. That's good by Emidio Buglioni, getting out of the way there, as Robin tries the same move he did last time. That's where he slightly touched Felix. These guys really wanted to stay on these tyres. Side by side, will Robin hang on? But Felix now got the inside. This is great racing by these two. Showed everyone else how to do it, race respectfully and cleanly. This will definitely help the likes of Robert and Aaron, who were in P3 and 4. Aaron was the first of the front runners to swap the pit. So we'll see how he does on what will be dry tyres, I can imagine. Robin using a little bit more of the track here. Nice. Oh, well, Right, Felix going into the pits. This will release Robin, sorry, what have you got? So, Aaron the first to pit on dry tyres, currently on a 141, his last lap, which is a second off Felix. These tyres will be coming to him as well. Still, I feel like Aaron might have timed his pit stop to perfection if he can keep these laps going. So we're going to stay on board with Aaron until the start of pit. We've got Jonathan in the pits, Felix also in the pits. So it'll be interesting to see where Felix comes out compared to Aaron. This guy, you gotta remember, is only 17 years of age. So proven to be an extremely quick learner. And showing some great promise. So Robin Moore now into the pits as well. So Felix is well up the road there, as you can see. That is about an 18-17 second gap or so. So Chris, 7 seconds apart from Jonathan. They weren't that far away before the pits, so Michael Races has had a big shunt from the front there. I wonder what's happened to his car. So Robin in the pits, Thomas, Jack also in the pits, so here comes Robin. Where will he come out? Where will Felix be? Where is Felix now? So Felix coming for the last 2 corners now. I feel like Robin will hold the advantage here. Can he get to the pit exit in time? As Felix comes down the pit straight, it's going to be very close, ladies and gents. So Robin is out the pits. And here comes Felix. So Robin's got the jump. After staying out slightly longer. So Aaron evidently has lost time there. Thomas, Jack just behind him. So the fight between these rages on. Jonathan Clifford just behind Simon, so Simon evidently has jumped a few in the pits there. So Robin will have P1 once Robin and Mon go in the pits. The gap to Felix is now 3 seconds there or thereabouts. Then you've got Aaron who will be in P3. If he can hold on to this, it'll be a great podium position for him. As Simon B gets very close to Michael Races, having not repaired his damage. slight door bang there, and Michael will hold the inside line, but if that's how you make a move. But Jonathan also having the run, he might do them both here. Jonathan around the outside. He's going to try and hold it. Oh, slight contact. Very slight contact between Jonathan. I feel like Jonathan just turned in on Simon there. That's very unfortunate. There's now Chris wanting to take advantage of Simon and Jonathan's coming together. Mercedes versus Mercedes here. So Martin with a stop go 30, which will be speeding in the pit lane. The gap out front is now 3.5 seconds. With Chris still putting pressure on Simon here. Minutes 15 seconds to go of race 1. Qualifying 2 to come up after this with a little break. Will Chris find a way down the inside here? Slightly, I should take that corner a lot tighter. Michael evidently being the train this time round. Simon getting very close. Michael evidently struggling with his damage there. He is just going to hold these guys up. And evidently he's going to be holding up for his teammate Chris Vine, also a part of RKM. So surely this has to be strategy between Michael and Chris. Michael doing a Perez and defending, and an Alonso defending like a lion. But Simon's got a good run here. Should find his way down the inside if he can. Michael going defensive and a little bit deep. Michael races defending for his life here against Simon. Will he make a move down the inside? As Ivan also catching up now. As Michael's top speed is evident. But he won't be able to hold on to that position much longer. He has done his best. Oh, and he's almost lost it. What a save. And you'll find Ivan trying to go around the outside as Chris also goes deep. Ivan almost getting his nose chopped off there. A bit of a cheeky attempt to go diving down the inside there. He'll quickly learn that Michael is carrying damage, and he will be able to go past him surely on down this straight. Michael shouldn't defend too hard, as that front end is absolutely battered. Michael trying to go for the switchback, but he's going to have to give this up. Oh, and the slight contact. Ivan somehow managed to save his car there. put Michael having the run, but I don't. As soon as he pulls out of the slipstream here, he's only going to go backwards. Stay on board, but I don't think Michael's going to be able to make a mount a charge here. I'm sure we'll find out after the race what happened to Michael there. So the battle of the Mercs still rages on. You've got Simon and Chris Vinan currently separated by half a second. Robin Moore has extended his lead out up to now 4 seconds. It's wavering actually. Then in P3, Aaron. Then in 4th you've got Thomas Jack. In 5th you've got Robin Alavi, who is 1.6 off him. Then in P6 you've got Jonathan Clifford, 7 seconds down. Currently watching P7, the battle for P7 between Simon and Chris Vinan. Michael Race has definitely dropped off now, with Benjamin King also catching him. Michael must be carrying about 20 seconds of damage there. Robert Moore with the quickest lap of the race at 1:37.8, with Felix only 0.15 away, but I don't see Felix catching Robin today unless Robin makes a mistake. Got Robert Alavi 1 second away from Thomas Jack. So currently 5 minutes left. Will Chris find a way past Simon? Will he make his way up to P7? Or will Simon hold his own and secure what is an important position just behind Clifford? He's a championship rival. This will hurt Michael, though. Michael needed a strong result with Felix in P2 here to take advantage. There is a place made here. Let's go back and see. So Amir clearly just getting the run down the straight there. So Chris dropped off slightly. Benjamin King now a second to Michael Races. I feel like this move won't take very long to do it all. Michael's last lap time of 1:40.7, 3 seconds slower than Benjamin. I feel like Michael could lose a few positions here if he's not careful. way. We'll catch Michael down the straight. Clearly struggling with a lot of aero performance here, affecting that top speed. As Amir and Francesconi get very close. But as it comes of it, Amir misses his braking slightly. As Benjamin tries to go down the inside. You want to save that move, he's only going to get 2 more chances here. Thomas Jack closing down Aaron as well. That gap is now a second. Can Aaron keep hold of P3 for what will be an extremely impressive podium place for him? To nail this exit here. Does Benjamin. If he wants any hopes of getting past Michael on the last lap. Michael will be defending like a lion. As Chris still hasn't crossed past Simon. And Benjamin gets that move done thanks to Michael's lack of top speed. Hopefully no mistakes now from Benjamin King. He will hold this position nice and firmly. Able to hold a much tighter line there, but I really don't think he's going to challenge. Or will he? Will Michael send it down the inside here? No, he doesn't. Very wise. Jack evidently getting very close as these two start their last lap. It's been for the final podium position. Robin almost crossing the line. I'm going to stay on this for the time being. Thomas really putting the pressure on now. So as Francesconi comes across the line. Right, so Robert finished, that's Felix in P2, who will finish in P3. I feel like Aaron's going to hold this position here. Yes, he does. Aaron will cross the line P3. You've got Thomas Jack P4, Robert Alavi P5. Then you've got Jonathan Clifford, P6, Simon Beeg, P7. You got Ivan Gresmasov coming home in P8. Then you've got Chris Ryan, P9. What happened to Chris there? You got Benjamin King, P10. Michael Races in P11. Kiki Mack, P12. You've got Nathaniel Shirley, P13. Kalamazoo, 14th. Tudor Mahai still battling with Amir. Connery coming around the last corner. So Tudor will hold on to P15 with Amir in P16. Then you've got Francesconi in 17th, Luca Manga in 18th, Avon in 19th, then you've got Martin in 20th, Josh in 21st, after he wiped himself out, missing his braking zone, sent himself into the barriers. You've got Puglioni 22nd, you've got Krabathor in 23rd, and Dana Bernard in 24th. And that, guys, is race 1. Right, ladies and gents, as we wait for qualifying, I'm going to have a quick toilet break. Welcome back, ladies and gents, for what is Q2. Finally, drivers getting a dry qualifying. Can Robin repeat his performance? Who's having a great battle between himself, Simon, Chris, Thomas, Michael races, and Jonathan Clifford's last race. Couldn't separate the five of them. Simon comes around to start his first flying lap. Only a 7-minute qualifying session this time, so the drivers really have to be on their A game. Judah still sitting in the pits. He will want to get a move on. How will the driver's vehicle from wet to dry conditions? We know the end of that race was dry. Can they convert it into a solid lap now? Having not much time to complete it. We want to take advantage of those curves there in the S section. Cut that as much as possible. Right. I'm a little bit deep there. Pardon me again. With one last corner, which will be flat out. What will it be? A 1:36, 1:35.9. Currently P1. So next is Robert Larby to cross the line. Currently goes 3/10 quicker than behind him of Thomas Jack, Francesconi, Robert Moore, plus our provisional pole. Kiki Mackles P5. Then you've got Avon. The times are coming in thick and fast now. Simon B currently P5 P5. Him and Ivan only separated by 6 thousandths. Felix Pippin Robert Moore to P1 by 20 thousandths. This is going to be a very tight qualifying session between those two, I feel. Both of them will get 2 more laps. So let's get more. Can he improve? But he is catching up to another car. Who is that? Car number 74, he's also on a fast lap, so he doesn't want to. We'll have to back out here. But with a Celtic romance, Mercedes just behind, he won't be able to back off too much. So these guys are very close to each other. Jonathan Clifford laps. It's a race to the line for these two. So Jonathan Clifford currently P9. Simon Beeg is a P4, but this will be his last lap as he won't be able to push himself past Jonathan Clifford unless Clifford finds some pace. So Thomas Jack currently 9 thousandths away from Felix and his teammate Robert Moore just behind him. Felix in the 221 and Robert Moore in the number 11. So Robert Moore just behind his teammate here. Thomas lost all of his time. I don't feel like he will be able to gain that 10th he needs. So qualifying is now over. Has Thomas got anything left in the tank as he comes down these last few corners now? Doesn't seem to be the case. So Robin Moore currently 2/10 up. He will go provisional pole. So Jonathan Clifford across the line in P12. You've got Dan Bernard in P13. Aaron Dewsbury will cross the line. Where is Felix? Felix does not improve. So you've got Chris Vinan on an improvement. 3/10. This will bump him up a few positions. P8. Matching Michael Race's time. Michael trying to gain the advantage of a slipstream here. So look at Manga. They will need to find a lot of time here to improve. And that is qualifying, my friends. Robin Moore, Pippin, Felix to the top spot there, very close. So you got Robin with a 35.082. Then you have Felix in P2 once again with a 35.207. Will he be able to jump Robin on the start like he did last race? Thomas Jack, he'll be able to play the team game in P3, hoping not to go backwards. I'm sure you'll have a meme waiting in the chat after this race. We've got Robert Lavie again up there, P4. You've got Aaron in P5, Simon Beeg in P6. You've got Michael Race in P7 with his teammate Chris Vinan behind him in P8. Very, very close between them three. Then you got Martin in P9 with a much better result this time in qualifying. Jonathan Clifford lost a few positions compared to the last qualifying session in P10, with the field evidently getting used to the track after the first race. You've then got Ivan in P11, Amir in P12, 7/10 off the pace, Dan Bernard in P13. You've got Josh Waring, both Celtic Romance boys, very close to each other. You've got Benjamin King in P15. You've got Shirley in P16, Avon in P17. You've got Kalamazoo 18th, Tudor 19th, Kiki Mack massively off the pace from him there in P20. David Francesconi in P21, Luca Manga in P22 and Puglioni in P22. So or with Thomas Jack this time. As these guys wait to get their engines going. It'll be interesting to see if Robin can hold off the Porsche's acceleration this time on the start. Thomas Jack also wanting to race against his teammate here. See how those two fare. Thomas will also gain down the straight with a slipstream there. Doubt he'll be able to bump draft his teammate to T1. But I feel those in the even numbers are automatically at a disadvantage here, having the outside line. As we hear those engines starting, drivers are rearing to go. So, about 48 more minutes left of tonight's session, guys. Drivers' haze will be raised. Nerves will be at an all-time high. There is a few choke points on the first few corners, especially on the first few laps. A lot of tight corners, hard to overtake around here at Indianapolis, but we've seen some great attempts around the outside. Felix will be wanting to pull off another one at the start, but evidently I don't know if he'll have the pace to hold Robin behind for the full 45 minutes. Robin proving he's got a slight edge over Felix at Indianapolis. The track has many variations. Drivers will be concentrating, getting heat into those tyres. Track temp isn't the highest. It'll be about 15 degrees out there in the air. Aaron deciding to pick up some rubber there on his way around his formation lap. They will be going side by side very shortly. It's a very early organised formation lap. Thomas Jack from the start, finding himself in P3, be wanting to improve on his P4 last time. Him and Aaron Judith were very close going across the line, less than a second separating them. So, as they all line up, 2 by 2. Wish all the drivers good luck this evening. Hoping that the racing gods are on their side, but it's looking like a very dry race. I'm sure everyone will be happy about that. One wet, one dry. Will the rain come later on? Who will know? Felix will be wanting to get the jump here. Aaron's looking very racy as well. Hopefully no one gets to drive through this time. David in particular. So
Green line, give it all you got.
and they're off. Thomas Jack seems to have got a good getaway Robin and Felix already side by side. Felix going around the outside. Once again, makes that move stick. So, further back we've got Mango Races going on the inside of Aaron, who is getting off track slightly there. As Chris Vinan tries to go around the outside. I don't think he'll hold that with... Oh, and there's contact between him and Jonathan. And further down, it cannot be avoided. Oh, what is happening there? Some avoidance and then coming back on the track evidently. Oh, and that's a poor rejoin, I feel. So Chris currently in P8 after a tap with Jonathan. Jonathan clearly give that position back up. But it sent shockwaves throughout the field. But as we go back up top, we've got Robin Moore, Felix back at it again, Thomas Jack in P3. I think one of the biggest losers out of all this has to be Aaron Shrewsbury now in P7. So Robert getting a great start as well. And yeah, the biggest loser, there's no 10 positions there. So these two are definitely going to be side by side the whole race, just like they were last time. Ivan and Mon getting extremely close as well. Trying to go around the outside here, and that is Mon missing his brake, and Evan will take advantage of that. Very respectful from Ivan there.
He knows opening.
But he getting a little bit squirrely on the exit there. That'll invite the pressure from Mon to go around the outside here. Very hard task to do. But Mon making it look extremely easy. I almost saw this being coming together there. Oh, and that is Simon being a little off what happened there. Coming together between him and Michael Races. Oh, very deep between him and side by side. Oh, and that's very unfortunate there. So, it's the change of position here. We'll go back 30 seconds, see how Robin got moved on Felix. Felix getting a poor exit there out the last corner, and Robin is going to fly past him there down the straight. Is he going to come back across? No. There we go. What is that move done? So. The fight between these guys. Nice and David. The little tap. Who is that? I feel like that might be Kiki Mac. It's going to be a lot of tickets here this evening. So we've got Michael Race once again battling with damage. Oh, and that's more contact. That's more. Almost touches the back, loses his own car. So, Robin Moore currently up top. followed by Felix, and you've got Thomas Jackson in P3. You've got Aaron now back up to P4. I've missed that. Ronald Larvey in P5. Chris Vine in P6. Jonathan Clifton in P7. Then you've got Michael Riss who we're on board with in P8. You've got Ivan Charisma getting very close to Martin there. The P9 and 10. Further downfield you've got Nathaniel Shirley trying to fight past Tudor. Clearly he's had a little off there. So, Michael races getting very close to Mr. Clifford, even with damage. Still not much luck from Michael races tonight. But at least this time he's got his wish of no rain. Shame he hasn't got the luck to go with it. Gonna get on board with Shirley, and as these two are having a great tussle. As Shirley tries to go around the other side. Going down into T1 now. Slightly ahead. Come down into the corner here. Aston v Aston, who will outbreak one another. Oh, and Tudor definitely didn't leave enough room there around the outside. So, back on board with Michael Races. Thomas Jack getting close to Mr. Felix Tazvinswa, the hackerman himself. Got Avon. Oh my god. Mizzou evidently wanted to. Oh wow. Let's see what happened here. I feel like it's going to be a little. Oh, and I feel like that is the Aston's fault there. The Aston of Likamanga coming across Mizzou into the braking zone. So, Aaron currently holds his own in P4. You've got Thomas Jack P3. But we're going to go back on board with Michael Races as he is the closest. Amir is dropping into the pits. He's not had much luck. Chris Vine currently holding a much better position this race in P5 as Ivan, and that what has happened to Mr. Joshua Ring. As he finds himself beached into the... Oh, and that is... I'm going to say that is Josh lagging out. So, let's get on board with Ivan. 0.3 away from Morton. As you also see Michael getting very close to Jonathan Clifford here. Not close enough to make a move. Morton going defensive. Ivan gonna try go around the outside here. Just braking slightly to avoid contact there with Martin. Good racing from the two of them. But they'll be wanting to push on, try and take advantage of Michael and Clifford fighting. Hey, Emia, disconnect. That's unfortunate, mate. The problem being, with you being in Iran, obviously the server being located in Europe, you'll probably find it very difficult to maintain a strong connection. I'll see if there's any more servers elsewhere. Oh, as Felix has lost the position to Thomas Jack. So that's Thomas and Robin currently in P1 and 2. It's a great team performance from them. Oh, and that curb's just going to kick him out. And that's a great save. How he's managed to stop that from spinning, doing a full 360, I've got no idea. Thomas being very cautious and just going past there, nice and slow. Great racing from Thomas to not make contact there. Martin getting very close to Ivan after Ivan's already passed him. Clearly the pace of these two is very similar. Sorry to hear, Emia, that Iran also got knocked out of the World Cup. It was a good run to get that far, must admit. But it's sad to see you couldn't be out of the World Cup. You'll just have to wait another 4 years now. Hoping you are safe as well. So, Evan getting close to Tudor. As Michael goes into the pits for an early pit stop, they'll be wanting to fix some of that damage. So Evan has been released as Tudor also goes into the pits. Felix will be wanting to regain his P2 back from Thomas, but Thomas will defend like a lion, as the back of his car says, stay away. Robert getting closer as well to Chris Vinan. But Felix might struggle to get past this Porsche. He might have to bully his way through a little bit, as there will be no speed advantage here down the straight. As Robert tries to get past Chris Vinan there. This is great for Aaron. These two fighting, he'll just be able to pull away now. As you can see, Felix and Thomas holding the inside line, but this will invite Felix to go all the way around the outside, like he has done many times, and as he does again. I don't think Thomas will be able to fight this much longer. Oh, as Felix gets a little bit squirrely. Unfortunately, Thomas can't do anything about that. And I'd say that fight is over. If Thomas had held on a little bit longer, I would have invited Aaron to fight up to the back of Felix. Aaron only 1 second away from Thomas now. We'll get on board with Rowan Lobby. So he's been chipping away at the back of Chris Vine in there. Still not found a way to get back, but oh, and that is a little off. And well, that's Martin losing his back end and dipping onto the grass, avoiding any barriers though, which is good to see. He'll carry on as usual. So as you are, ladies and gents, Michael going for the undercut. Hopefully he's fixed that damage of his. Michael's still in the pits. Well, oh, he's got a stop go 30 as well, has Michael. That's not what he wants to see. Can he go better than what Thomas Jack last time did last time? Get past them. You've got Robert and Chris inseparable. As Felix is going in the pits. Slightly early. Hopefully it's a nice quick pit stop for him. Michael's been in the pits for a very long time now, and I feel like that is his race over. I'll see what his stream is doing in a second. Maybe 2 seconds, ladies and gents. Yes, that is his race over. Still on ball with Robert Larvey, and these gaps aren't going anywhere. Aaron Dewsbury is still clinging on to the back of Thomas Jack. And these two are very close. Can Robert find a way down the inside? Don't think he can. I think he's just going to hold position here. Wait for Chris to make a mistake. Looking at his mirrors, hopefully. Robert Moore currently leading the race at the fastest lap of the 1:34.8. Thomas Jack 3/10 off his, the fastest lap of 1:35.1. Where is Mr. Felix? does Aaron Dewsbury. Currently up to another podium position for him. Deciding not about this race, feeling very tired, feeling like he's got extra points in the bag as well with Michael races not performing too great, and that is car number 99 for Sweden in the pit lane. That's Nathaniel Shirley. So Chris and Robin, with Robin as well, still yet to do their pits. Will Robert try and go for the undercut here? It's been very close between the two of them, and as I say that, Robert decides to jump in the pits. So you've got Nathaniel Shirley and Simon Beeg very close to one another, as you've seen down the back straight there. But Shirley with a stop-go 30 for speed into the pit lane. I doubt he'll try and fight this too much. "20 minutes left of the final race of this evening." Killed twice, Michael. I've seen the first one, I don't know if I've seen the second. Nathaniel Shirley looking very racy in the Beach Dean Aston Martin. Oh, when you say killed twice, you mean in both races? I know you were carrying a lot of front end damage on the first race, but I didn't actually see that one. But if you get back in the race, Michael, you can capitalise. Felix has left the race, so he won't get any points. But even if you finish P19, that's still a good haul of points for you. It's not a P1, but it's still something. You can't be. You've got to be within, I think it's 60 or 70% of the race distance leader, like laps. So it might not. If you rejoin at the end, it'll probably not be worth it. But that is surely almost as you can on the grass there. Yeah, I think you've got to complete 70% of races, otherwise your result will be 0. 0. So, Jonathan Clifford, where are you, my friend? Coming out of the pits. Where will Jonathan Clifford come out of the pits? As Thomas Jack goes past. There's a stop go 30 for Chris Vinan for speeding in the pit lane. Proving that the pit lane entry is a bit of a biatch for a lot of people this evening. So that will drop Chris to what will be somewhere near the bottom. So Chris also jumping Aaron in the pits, but that meant nothing. The extra speed he's carried, he's just lost instantly. So Robin currently leading the race, 8 seconds gap with his teammate Thomas Jack. Then you've got Chris Vinan who needs to serve a stop go 30 for speeding into the pit lane. So that will drop him down, well, I'm going to say last. Almost last. You've got Aaron Dewsbury, what it will be P4. You've got Robert Alavi in P5, Jonathan Clifford in P7. Then you've got Ivan in P8, you've got Simon Beek in P9. He's not done great around Indianapolis this evening, as Simon. With Jonathan Clifford finishing ahead of him. Wait, what is currently in both races. Still time to make that right though. Then you've got Martin Knoll in P10, you've got Dan Bernard in P11. Then you've got Tudor Mihai in P12, you've got Avon in P13, you've got Keaty Mack in 14th. Then you've got Luca Manga in 15th, Francesconi in 16th, Puglioni in 17th, and Shirley in 18th with Michael Races. Out on track. Having repaired that damage, he'll be wanting to speed past these and hopefully Shirley doesn't go for a little bit of a descent here. So both RKM boys with stop go 30s as well. Now is Michael going to serve his stop go 30. So let's go on board with Aaron and see how he's doing in that McLaren, currently a second away from Mr. Chris, who won't have long to serve his stop go 30 now, surely. So we'll most likely be dipping into the pits very soon. Aaron losing a lot of time in the pits evidently. He was only a second behind Thomas Jack. But whether that's his mistake or someone else's, I'm not too sure. So that is Chris Vinan disqualified for speeding in the pits and not coming in to do his stop go 30. See. So now we've got Robin Moore up top in what is P1. We've got Thomas Jack in P2. Scoreboard there to correct itself. So now the field currently spread out a little bit with Felix leaving the server, evidently feeling he was very tired, making mistakes. Didn't want to ruin someone else's race. So now that the scoreboards have sorted themselves out, you have Thomas Jack P2, Aaron Dewsbury in P3. Who is that? You've then got Robert Olavi finding himself in P4, Jonathan Clifford P5, Ivan Grezmasov in P6, Simon Beeg P7. You've then got Martin Coilder in P8, Dan Bernard in P9. Tudor Mahai having a better race this time in P11. You got P10, sorry. You've then got Avon Mortensen in P11. Kiki Mack in P12. Killamazoo in P13. You've got Luca Manca in P14. David Francesconi in P15. You've got Amadio Paglioni in P16. Nathaniel Shirley in P17. And then Michael 18 is hugging down the bottom of the pack. He will get past his teammate Chris Vinan because he is disqualified. There'll be one push on now. Let's have a look at these two though, as Dan Bernard gets ever closer to Martin. Both in Hondas. Dan charging onto the Celtic Bromance Club there. It looks like as if Martin is also on the Celtic Bromance, but no, slightly different. Same but different. So these have completed 20 laps, these 11. Don't know if Michael will have completed enough of the race distance. So Dan Bernard currently fighting for P8. If he can get this one there a second, might put a bit of pressure onto Martin. who's evidently found his pace in this race. But Robin Moore is flying, fastest up to the 34.5. Currently 2 tenths quicker than Rowan Alavi with a 34.7. Robert finding himself in P4. Not quite close enough to mount challenge on Aaron yet. Gap there is currently 2 seconds for the final podium position. A drive through track limits for car number 95, that is Simon Beeg, and that is not what he wants. That will promote Martin, Dan Bernard, Tudor, Avon, and most likely Kiki Mack, along with Kalamazoo up positions. And that'll drop way down away from his championship rival Jonathan Clifford. Before going into this 2-race event tonight, they were separated by only 2 points. Let's have a look further down the grid. So, we've got Nathaniel Shirley coming up the rear here. And you've got Poglioni in 16th. You've got Francesconi in 15th spot of the SRT club along with Poglioni. And this one, Luca Manca. Robin Moore coming up to the back here of Luca Manca. Want to see some good sportsmanship. Yeah. Great position to let the leader go, as he does. Then we've got Kalamazoo in the golf-themed McLaren. We've got Kiki Mack in P12, Avon in P11, sporting the Red Kings Motorsport livery. You've got Tudor Mihai in P10. Simon Beeg one lap left to complete his drive through. You've then got Dan Bernard in P9. You've got Martin and Simon B getting very close to each other. Martin will want to complete this before he gets the drive through, just for pride really, more than anything else, knowing that he had more pace than Mr. Beeg. But Simon getting very close, and this is slowing Martin into the back of Dan Bernard. So now that Martin has been released, Simon will come in to complete his drive through. Be interesting to see where that puts him. Robert Larvey catching Aaron Dewsbury up slightly. Gap is now 1 second, and that is for P3. Currently on board with Martin and Dan Bernard. But as Simon B is still going through, so that is Kalamazoo currently going past, and I think that will be the last person to pass him, with Luca Manca being a lap down. So with Simon only having 3 minutes 50 seconds left of this race. I don't think he is going anywhere from P13. But talk about going anywhere. It's currently half a second between Mr. Alavi and Aaron Dewsbury, who once again finds himself holding onto that podium position. So can Aaron hold on once again? 2 races in a row now. Aaron's fighting for his life. He said he felt the pressure last time. He's definitely going to feel it this time as well. Aston holding a lot of top end speed.
The window is now closed.
Dan Bernard also catching Martin slightly. Gap between them two is 0.8. We have a yellow flag. That'll be Chris Vinan sitting in the pits. Yes, it is. One minute 30 seconds left of the final race of this evening. You've got Robin Moore leading out top, 20 seconds ahead of Thomas Jack. Then you've got Aaron Dewsbury 3 seconds off Thomas. Aaron will be hoping that Thomas makes a mistake. You can't see him just go around that left-hander there. And that gap is coming down. Thomas Jack's tyre is clearly going off in the dying moments of this race.
Right, man, leader is on the final lap. Give it all you can.
Robert going a little bit deep there. That's opened up the gap to about, it's about 0.5, 0.6. Definitely not close enough, as these two also start their last laps. Can Aaron keep it consistent? He's got 1 lap to hold on. I know I've said this before, but Aaron, only 17 years of age, showing great composure for his age. Alavi going for a different line in the front engine car there. Clearly wanting him out of charge down the straight here, but he has touched the grass, and that has jeopardised his exit. And I think that is Aaron's job done. Aaron only a second and a half away from Thomas. But as Robin Moore goes across the line,
The leader has finished the race.
Thomas, Jack, Aaron will both survive, I think. So, got Thomas Jack there, crossing the line in P2. You got Aaron Dewsbury, P3, great, another podium position for him. You got Robert Larvey in P4, yes, you flash your lights. Well done, ladies and gents. Then we've got Jonathan Clifford coming home in the P5. Ivan Gresmasov in P6. You got Martin Koiltner holding on for P7. Great result for him. Got Dan Bernard in P8. And you've got Tuna Mihai coming across the line. Will take P9. Avon a second down from him. He'll take P10. You've then got Kiki Mack in P11. And Kalamazoo in P12. Then you've got Simon Beeg after serving his drive through there for track limits, finds himself in 13th. You've got Luca Manca in 14th, David Francesconi in 15th, you've got Nathaniel Shirley in 16th, Emidio Appagioni in 17th, you've got Michael Races 10 laps down in 18th. He might just hold on to them points there, we shall see. You got Felix who left in 19th, Josh and Amia as well who got disconnected. Well everyone, I've been your host, Traction Dave. I hope you've enjoyed this evening's entertainment. I want to thank all the drivers for their participation. Currently 3 races left of the first season here in WTF Racing League. We've got a lot planned next year, which will be revealed very shortly. Once again, thank you all for watching. I've been Traction Dave. Good night.